welcome to my channel. I'm Tanya, and before I start my video today, I want to talk a little bit about the intention of this YouTube channel. Okay, so my personal intention with this channel is to promote self-empowerment, self-motivation and a little bit of self-sufficiency at a mental level, because I have felt that being physically and financially strong, though is tough, but is kind of easier than being mentally strong. So I want this trait to be ingrained in everyone, especially among the younger school going kids, because if such a younger generation will be able to take their own decisions and make their own choices regarding their life and career and passion by understanding their own self, it will change the face of the country. Because as we all know, we are barely allowed to pursue anything that comes in the radar of our passion or interest. And the saddest part is that this type of mindset and culture is promoted as well as imposed on us from both home and school. But I think we have finally come across the ray of sunshine with the introduction of New Education Policy 2020. I was extremely happy while going through it, and I thought to myself, why was it not there when I was in school? But no issue. Let's talk about the policy a little bit. Okay. The new policy seeks many significant reformations, like rectification of poor literacy with primary schools, reduction in dropout levels in both middle and secondary schools, and adoption of multidisciplinary approach in higher secondary system. But what stands out the most for me is the real intent behind the NEP 2020, and that is to bring a holistic change in education system of India. Holistic and education system of India, God, I don't feel that there could be ever any relationship with that, but this policy is doing so. So without wasting any further time, let's take at the highlights of the NEP that are really close to my heart, that really touched my heart, really. So the quote unquote lines that I'm going to read are mentioned in the policy documents. I got them from the PIB website, that is the Press Information Bureau. Okay. So the first point, recognizing and identifying and fostering the unique capabilities of each student by sensitizing teachers as well as parents to promote each student's holistic development in both academic and non-academic spheres. You see, very few percentile would have good fortune of having such parents and teachers where their capabilities are given any encouragement, but this policy states to do so. So that's a very good news. Okay. Next is the flexibility they talk about. The flexibility is so that the learners have the ability to choose their learning trajectories and programs, and thereby choose their own paths in life according to their talent and interest. How good is that to hear, right? Then I think no hard separation between arts and science, between curriculum, extracurriculum activities, between vocational and academic streams. This has been done in order to eliminate harmful hierarchies. As we know that science students feel they're a bit superior than arts. So this is completely going to change that concept. And then some little ones like emphasis on conceptual understanding rather than rote learning and learning for exams, creativity and critical thinking to encourage logical decision making and innovation. But the most important one that I personally love, okay, I'm getting a bit dramatic, but I love it. Okay, it's in the policy, guys. Okay, it's ethics and human constitutional values like empathy, respect for others, cleanliness, courtesy, democratic spirit, spirit of service, respect for public property. How much education does Indians need to respect public property? You know what we go around doing. People drawing things, breaking things. It is so important. Okay. Scientific temper, liberty, responsibility, pluralism, equality and justice. All of these traits being taught in school curriculum. That is an unbelievable concept. Okay. Especially for us, I mean Indian kids, right? And finally, the sweetest one. All students will participate in a 10 days bagless period, sometimes between like grade 6 to 8, where they intern with vocational experts like carpenters, gardeners, potters, artists. I mean, I'm just speechless. I love all these points, but there's always going to be a big but. So here's the big but factor that applies here. Are we really that buckled up to implement these on the ground level? As there is a huge disparity in the way private and government schools work. And if we go more down in a cellular level, are all the teachers as well as parents capable to understand and implement this new culture of education, who have been slave to the idea that school is nothing but a place where textbooks are fed to the student, right? Then, these kind of questions, they stare at our faces, okay? But all we can do is being hopeful that government will seriously work on implementing them. You see, another quote I want to say from the policy. It says the aim of education will not only be cognitive development but also character building and creating holistic and well-rounded individuals equipped with key 21st century. I hope they really mean it. I really do hope they mean it. Because guys, as long as I can remember, education system for us, it's nothing. It just imparts some skills to us that help us to make money. Okay. But this policy, if implemented in the most proper way, has the power to change this narrative about our Indian education system. You see, the world is seeing climate change, threatening pandemic, terrorism, power abuse, misogyny, and even sadly racism in these days. Our country will benefit a lot if, along with textbook education, we'll get addendum benefits of character building education from our schools and universities, which will in turn, make us kind and empathetic, not just towards our environment or society or people, but on our own selves. So guys, that was my little take on NEP, and it just makes me very happy that finally a policy has come out from the government side to help kids be empowered on their own, be independent on their own, and make decisions of their own, which is barely our culture, right? So I hope you liked my video. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.